ba 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 ba. We are like walking like an Egyptian. Yes, we are. We are not. Yo, that is good. You are good. Hey, my name is Miss Ing, but I am not the star of this show. The star of this show is not Tutankhamen. The star of this show is Miss Jan. Hi, Miss Jan.
Hi, Miss Ing. Hi, everybody.
Dude, what are you going to tell us about today? Who wouldn't we want to be today?
We would not want to be Tutankhamen.
But he's so good looking.
He was, you know,
Yeah.
he was young.
Yeah. Well, can you tell us a little bit about... Was he a mummy who was meddled?
That's after he died. He definitely was.
All right, let's find out about him, man.
But he was a very young child when he became king.
Oh.
Yeah. And so that was really...
The boy king. Now I hear that.
That's
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so here you go. And as you know, this is the you wouldn't want to be.
You wouldn't want to be.
Which means it's going to go bad,
It's,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so Tutankhamen was pharaoh at the age of 9.
9 is young.
9 is young.
Yeah.
And then he died unexpectedly at the age of 18 or 19.
Oh,
so he had a
geez.
very short life.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. And then nobody knew about him for a long, long time. And then in 1922, an archaeologist discovered the tomb. And then it was all opened up and we saw all
Dude,
the
that's
things they did.
crazy.
Yeah,
So
that's
all those
crazy.
years, like 1300 BC. BC.
Yeah.
To then
Right.
before the Common Era, and then
3,000 years.
That's crazy.
3,000
Wow.
years.
Wow. Craziness.
It's hard to imagine.
Dude,
I can't
it
even wrap
is
my head
really
around
hard to imagine.
3,000 years. But
Sometimes
there
I
it is.
feel like I'm 3,000 years old. But yeah.
We all get that way sometimes. Okay. So Egypt is the country where he was born and lived. It's located between the northeast corner of Africa and the southwest corner, and we have a nice
Oh,
map
cool.
here
This is
for
nice.
you.
I'll
Move
put
this
links
out of
to
the
this.
way.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm going to put a link to this map so people can see it close.
Cool.
Okay? Cool.
That's good.
Nice.
All right. And this part I just love. All right, there's the Nile.
All right.
That's the river, boats on the river, palm trees, a lot of sand outside the river. Here's the family,
All
Tut,
right.
Queen Nefertiti, grandparents. And this was the beginning of an entirely new religion.
Okay.
Ancient Egyptians worshipped many, many gods, and that's why we have all of... Where are they missing? Sorry.
Oh, there's like a list of... No, we're good. It's like a list of... We'll find it. We'll find it later. No worries. Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, there it is. Oh, look, dude. That's cool. Oh, my gosh.
I know.
This
isn't
is
that
nice.
amazing?
This is a nice chart. That's really cool. Some of these... Oh. Orsisis, the god of death and rebirth. Dude. Seth, the god of chaos and confusion. Apologies if you're named Seth. That's all right. Oh, this is
I like this one.
Thoth, the god of writing and knowledge. That's very wild. That's wild. All right.
Yeah.
Hundreds. Wow.
Hundreds, yes. All right, so here we go. The childhood of King Tut. You were born in the new city, Akhetaten, now known as Amarna. Like other children from noble families, you're raised in the women's quarter of the palace. Education is highly valued, and schools are part of the temple and government offices. Royal children have their own school within the palace. Boys start school at the age of 5. Hey, that's just like us.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, our
That's
kids
cool.
started at the age of 5.
Yeah.
And the first thing they are taught to write is the hieratic script used for official documents. Older students learn to draw hieroglyphs. That's sometimes I stumble over that word.
Yeah.
Hieroglyphs.
Yeah, we don't... I mean, I don't use it that much.
Right.
The word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A glyph is like a
picture.
A picture.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So these were used in religious texts.
All right.
So here they are. They had to learn how to use those symbols to write the words that they wanted people to understand.
Dude, and you said that you're going to give them something in the download and they can make their own hieroglyphs.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah. So here, there's one that comes with the book.
With a packet, yeah.
With the packet. But we have created our very own Shaler North Hills Library.
Dude, that's so cool. Like a secret message.
Yeah, it is.
All right, cool. Yeah.
So I would love to hear from anybody who actually decodes this.
Yeah, very nice.
And checks it out.
Nice.
All right. Your hometown. The new city is a political center and ceremonial city. It has many palaces, office buildings, temples, soldiers' barracks, headquarters for the police, and many storerooms and granaries. Cool. That's where they store up for when they have famines.
Oh, okay.
And, when it's not the right season. There are 2 palaces connected by a bridge that crosses the Royal Road. This is a processional route along which the Pharaoh rides his chariot to the temple.
Very cool.
So that's probably little Tut.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. There he is. And they're riding into town.
Yeah.
I bet sometimes you go to town to do some shopping.
Hang out down there, yeah.
Hang out, yeah. All right. The Pharaoh is dead. In 1355 BC, your father dies.
No, what is that word?
I know. Forgive me for the...
Yeah.
Smenkare.
All right.
Smenkare becomes Pharaoh, but was Smenkare in charge? The visitor, the Grand Vizier and Nefertiti's father, still holds his position of great power behind the throne. Over time, the traditional gods are reinstated. Gradually, Akhenaten's name is removed from all documents, and the Aten's temples are dismantled. The temple stones are reused for other, more traditional building projects.
So there have been there's a lot of political unrest back then.
There is. Yeah, thousands of years ago. So think about that. Yeah.
Why can't we get along?
I know. And then there's a plague. The Great Plague. And by great, we don't mean that it was wonderful. We mean that it was huge.
It was big.
Okay?
Yeah, great.
A great plague sweeps through Egypt at the time of Akhenaten's death, and other members of your family also die around this time. The priests and followers of the old gods said that the plague was sent as a punishment because your father abandoned them. They used this as an excuse to go back to worshiping these gods after your father's death. He said, well,
dude,
looks like we're in for a queen, Pharaoh.
Like, he didn't abandon them, he died. I mean, it wasn't intentional. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, all right, so already they were mad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Long live the Pharaoh. In 1333 BC, that means before the era of Christ. So add that to what, now we're in 2020?
Yeah.
What was, that much
long
ago. All right. At the age of 9, you become Pharaoh. At your coronation, the priests set the crowns of Egypt on your head. At first, you are too young to be a real ruler, so you are helped by plenty of advisors. I, Akhenaten's Grand Vizier, and Horemheb, the commander of the army, make decisions for you. Your father was preoccupied with religious reform and had neglected ruling his country, so many temples and cities have fallen into decay.
Okay.
Decay means they're falling apart. They need some help. You continue the work of restoring the old religion and rebuilding temples that Nefertiti had set in motion before Akhenaten's death. Anyone who dares to mention the Aten is punished. You change your name from Tutankhamen to Tutankhamen. This shows that you are now a faithful worshiper of Amen.
Okay.
And here's Horemheb. He's in charge because he commands the army.
I'm in charge. I command the army. I really need to have my eyebrows waxed.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
And that was a thing back then.
Actually, I do too.
Oh.
So I shouldn't talk about that. Yeah. I am not going to point fingers at Tutankhamen. No, Herrenhamen. That guy. That man.
Tutankhamen.
Yeah.
Not all work. As Pharaoh, you are not just a mighty ruler. Your people see you as a living God. This means that you have many religious duties to perform. You take part in religious ceremonies at the temples, say prayers, and make offerings to the god, so that past pharaohs will not be forgotten. The most important religious festival is the Feast of Apet. This takes place once a year in Thebes when the Nile floods. Statues of the god are taken by boat to the temple of Luxor. The procession has drummers, dancers, acrobats. The gloomy festival of the god Osiris in the 4th month is when Egypt goes into mourning for the death of Osiris. After several days, priests announce that Osiris has risen from the dead, and the festival becomes a celebration. All right, so did you know that? Yeah, mummies.
It's the mummy part.
Right. Dried and wrapped. The preservation of an ancient Egyptian's body through mummification is essential for a happy afterlife. The Ka, or life force of the deceased, is believed to remain in the tomb and receives offerings of food and drink. The Ba, which represents the deceased's personality, can leave the tomb to maintain contact between the worlds of the living and the dead. It is vital that your body does not decay if your Ba and Ka are to flourish. So the embalmers do everything to ensure that your body is perfectly preserved for the afterlife.
All right.
So here you go. You see them wrapping. This is just one layer of wrapping. There are many layers that they go through. So Anubis is often identified by the word sab, which means jackal. Look at those ears.
Oh, yeah.
If you've heard of a jackal, I've seen one.
Yeah.
This is possibly because Egyptians would have noticed jackals around the area where the burials took place.
Yeah.
So that's the jackal mask, is worn by a priest or an embalmer who's playing the role of Anubis.
Okay.
What is a mummy?
Mummy is a person who gives you love and care. Mummy, some people have one mommy, some people have no mommy, some people have two mommies.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's a mommy.
Oh, that's a mommy.
This is a mummy.
Right. A mummy. All right. Yeah.
A mummy. Well, sometimes you call
Mummy.
your mom.
That's true. That's true.
A mummy is the result of a long process. The body is washed, and then the brain, which is thought to be of little importance, is pulled out through the nose and thrown away.
Of course.
Next, the liver, lungs, stomach, and intestines are removed. Special jars are used to store these organs, which are embalmed separately. That means each one has its own process. The heart is kept with the body because it is believed that the dead person would need it to be judged in the afterlife. The body is then cleaned out and covered with a natron, a type of powdery salt that dries it out. After 35 to 40 days, the body is dried out and ready to be wrapped in about 20 layers of bandages.
Yeah, we're not talking toilet paper tissue here. No? Are we? All right.
Well,
Maybe.
The complete process takes 70 days. All right, the Valley of the Kings, there they are taking the sled with his body on it to be buried. And fast forwarding, your tomb, Tutankhamun's tomb is sealed and he's left to enjoy eternity in peace. But then robbers come along.
Because they put all that stuff in there.
They put all that cool stuff in there.
Right.
And they want him. So
they're like, I'm getting his Xbox.
Yeah, so they break in and bust things up.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to do that. I think that would be I don't know.
It would, Yeah.
I mean,
it's a shame, isn't
yeah,
it?
that's just really wrong
Right.
on many levels.
Right. Your tomb, well, let's
Oh, dude, this is when the guy found him in 1922.
Right.
All right, cool.
So after King Tut was in the tomb for 3,200 years,
It's crazy.
an archaeologist named Howard Carter discovered it.
Found
Found it,
You know, found
in
it.
1922, and it became the most famous archaeological discovery in the world.
I bet, man.
So
I bet.
archaeologists are people who dig down into
I remember
things.
watching that on CNN when they found it.
Well,
Just
right.
kidding.
In 1922.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
you look good for your age.
Well,
if
I'm
you were-
mummified. Yeah.
Your reign was too short to make much of an impression, but the treasures from your tomb amaze and inspire the world. You have achieved immortality. That means you'll always be remembered.
Yeah, King
never
Tut
gonna forget
totally
you.
remembered. We were just talking about that Steve Martin song, King Tut. Born in Arizona, moved to Babylonia, King Tut. How'd you get so funky, King Tut? Did you do the monkey? Sorry.
No, that's a great song.
It's a great song.
So
It is.
if you
can
have
Google it.
access to
Yeah,
Steve Martin,
Yep.
Okay. All right, so
Crazy.
just going to move on because I want to get
Oh yeah,
to...
that's a nice book because it's got the glossary.
This is an amazing book.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, take all your time reading all the details. So we have this book.
Check that out. Oh, look at all
we
these
have
books.
all these books.
There's one about pyramid building. Tut's mummy lost and found. There's the one. Ooh, that
Secrets
looks good.
of Tutankhamen.
Look at that. Now, here's something. I had heard that King Tut's tomb is like cursed or something.
That's
like,
what they say.
I don't think
that
that's
anybody who tried to go in came to a bad end.
I mean, when I was there, I went there. I broke it. No, I'm just kidding. Back in the 60s. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's another companion book that we have to it. Here's the one that I read to you.
All right.
And then this one is You Wouldn't Want to Be an Egyptian Mummy. And it goes through all the details.
I wouldn't want to be an Egyptian mummy.
But this part I really like because it tells you the different, your liver is stored in one vessel, your lungs are stored in another, your stomach in another, and your intestines in another.
You know what's interesting? I was just thinking this. Sometimes we think about, I don't know. I know I have erroneously. Think about, ancient civilizations, and we think of ourselves as being so modern and so superior.
And smart,
but
right?
they were doing incredible things.
Right.
Yeah. Without the
absolutely.
internet. Well, I mean, it was dial-up back then. It wasn't Wi-Fi. So, yeah, but it's pretty cool.
Things carved into stone tablets.
Right,
Yeah. So we have all these fantastic, amazing books for you to check out. This is only part of the collection we have.
We have a nice collection.
Yeah. But I did, so... There's the face that there were several layers of coffin. But
is that
that's the one
the
that
top
you can
part?
see now.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
And he was good looking.
And this is what the hieroglyphs actually looked like.
Cool.
Not like the paper that I'm sharing with you. But you said something about toilet paper?
Toilet paper?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Bill and Pete go down the Nile.
Yeah.
And
Oh my gosh! Wait, I gotta get the better grip on this. I gotta look at that. Take that, said Pete, and he flew around and around, and presto, the bad guy was a mummy.
Right.
Oh, that's awesome!
So I thought it would be
never read
fun.
that.
Yeah, Bill and Pete go down the Nile.
Oh,
And that's here in our own library.
that is so good.
In the
Bill and
picture book
Pete. Yeah.
department.
All right.
Yep.
Cool.
And I just brought this as an inspiration.
That's awesome. I actually
This
got
is the
goosebumps
cheapest
right now.
one ply you can possibly
Yeah.
get. So this is the kind of stuff you don't want to use the good stuff.
Right.
And waste it. But if you
Don't
want to,
use Cottonelle.
have a mummy party with your friends,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
would be kind of
That's
fun.
cool. That's very
Like
cool.
I said, we have an entire shelf, like this much of a shelf, on the library of just books about King Tut. So if you're interested, come look through them and see which ones you like the best.
Did you ever know of someone who was an ancient Egyptian? Her name was Cleopatra.
Cleopatra was at a different era from King Tut. But
did you ever know about the song "Call Me Cleopatra"? Everybody, 'cause I'm the queen of denial.
Oh,
so it's a pretty good one. It's a little country song. It's terrible. No, it's good. It's good. It's a good song. Thank you, Miss Jan. Check out the links, my friends, and we will see you next time. And I love seeing you all the time. And I would not want to be King Tut.
That's for sure.
Even though he was born in Arizona, moved to Babylonia, King Tut.
Good night. Bye, everybody.
Bye. And we're back.
We're back.
It was dude, this is something really important. I was just singing, and it's interesting when you sing because people can, just get caught up in the music. But this is really cool.
Well, there's just so much to say about the topic.
There really is. Yeah.
So, we were talking about Egyptian mummies.
Yeah.
Which is what you hear about most of the time. But in researching to do this program, I found out that the Peruvians also had mummies.
And Peru is in South America.
Peru is in South America.
Okay,
so that's very far away from Egypt.
That's total. It's like on the other side of the world almost.
Right.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
See, and that's another thing. There was no way for somebody in Egypt to tell people in Peru over the phone or texting or something like that. Right. Yeah.
So I'm wondering now if there are some other places that might have mummified.
Yeah.
And we just don't know about them yet.
Peters Township. Yeah. No, I'm just not. All right. Thanks.
All right, thanks for